Hi, I'm David Wise from Wise Words Communications, and today's video is in response to the question, should I memorize and rehearse a speech word for word, line for line? Now, this is something that I actually used to do quite a lot back in my days of speaking in competitions, and some speeches I would actually rehearse them a couple of hundred times before I went to the speaking competition. But you know what? Here's the thing that I found. There's 2 points that I want to make around that. The first one is that if you think that you're nervous beforehand and you're worried about forgetting what you're going to say, then just wait until you're relying on your memory to serve you when you're up on a stage in front of an audience of people. So if that's the reason that you're doing it, is as a crutch to make you feel better or make you feel less apprehensive about forgetting what you're going to say, then that's not the best reason to do it, because it actually adds to the pressure that you'll be under and it actually makes you feel even more nervous. The second reason that I found that it's not the best strategy to memorize and rehearse a speech all the way through is that, quite simply, if you're reciting lines, then what you're doing is acting and not speaking. The only difference is you don't have someone waiting in the wings to remind you of what you're meant to say if you do happen to forget your lines. So what I've found is that since I've learned to trust myself especially when I'm speaking on a topic that I'm passionate about or a topic that I know well, then it's much easier to know what you want to say without actually getting hung up on the exact words. Now, the exception to that is 2 particular important parts of the speech, one being the introduction and one being the end. And sometimes, because the introduction, that's your very first impression, and so if you can just know your first 1, 2 or 3 lines, then it helps you to make that really strong start. And if you can finish strongly, so if you know exactly what you want to say at the end and you can deliver that with impact, that helps as well. So apart from that introduction and the very end, then I recommend throughout the body of your speech, as I said, have an outline to know what you want to say, but don't get hung up on the exact words. Now, I actually made that sound a lot easier than it is. And if everyone could do that, then everyone would be doing that. But the reality is that trusting yourself to know your topic and know that the words are going to come out is a very difficult thing to do. And the only way that you can really master it is through actual time on stage or actual time in front of a camera. But if you can do it, then the rewards are so worth it in terms of being able to come across as an authority on your topic, and also being able to actually free up energy to be able to connect with the people that you're talking to. So in a nutshell, should I rehearse my speech word for word, line for line? No, except for perhaps the introduction and the end, because you want to deliver those 2 parts of the speech really powerfully. But for the body of it, then you should rely on the fact that you're passionate or you know your topic, and the words will come. Thanks, guys.